Before we even start the video, if you don't know what's happening in Palestine, put this video on pause. Or matter of fact, don't even watch this video, because what I have to say, my experience as a new revert in Ramadan, isn't really as important as to what's happening with these individuals over here. So if you don't know what's happening, if you have no idea, please put this video on pause, look into that, and help these brothers and sisters in whatever way you can, even if the only way that you can help them is to make dua for them, pray for them, all right? With that being said, I'm going to share my experience nonetheless. It's day 28, by the way. I've been very late with these videos, so forgive me. But some few key details before I get to the real things that I've been experiencing in this week, or the third week I should say, is anytime I'm brushing my teeth, especially at nighttime, I have this weird metallic taste in my mouth. And someone tried to say that it was because I was eating dates, and the dates have, I think, sulfates or nitrates, and that causes you to have the metallic taste. But look, I'm not eating dates, or at least I wasn't at the time. So it can't be the dates. I attribute this to maybe I just wasn't getting in enough carbohydrates, and maybe during the day when I was in the dry fasted state, I was entering ketosis. Therefore, the metallic taste in my mouth, I don't know, maybe not. Just something I experienced. I will also say that for 2 nights, my stomach, or not my stomach, I just hurt my stomach and interrupted me, but my body was on fire. So it's like I was sleeping and I woke up out of my sleep and my body was just on fire like a furnace, just ridiculously hot, burning up everything. And it wasn't hot by any means. It was actually very cold in my room. So that was crazy, that for 2 days, my body felt like a furnace anytime I would go to sleep. That kind of fell off. I didn't experience that any more than those 2 days, but I thought it was interesting to mention that. I will say as well that socializing, my bad, I'm trying to read it. I put a lot here, but I want to break it down. I don't want the video to be too long. I'm finding socializing, at least within this week, to be very nice, very crispy. The second week, I really didn't want to talk with anyone. I didn't have any energy. And yeah, this week, I don't have any energy, but I feel like I can talk to people. I feel like conversations flow very nicely. It is beautiful. I'm not going to lie to you. And there is mental clarity. I want to say I'm experiencing the most mental clarity within this third week. First week, I think there was mental clarity. Jeez, I don't even know. Yeah. So the first week I did put that I had mental clarity. Second week, no mental clarity whatsoever. Third week, mental clarity again. So maybe my body is adapting, maybe it's not. I don't know. All right, I'm just sharing this experience with you guys. But that's the mundane stuff. All right, that was kind of like the mundane stuff. Some people would think those are big things. No, those weren't the big things for me. Number one of the big things I'd say is that when I came into Ramadan, I was kind of having this expectation of what I felt when I first came into Islam. I'm going to experience it here in Ramadan. I'm going to experience all these crazy things. And it's like, I feel like I was doing this for the experience. I wanted to experience more. I wanted to experience the Creator and all this stuff. And while that's cool in and of itself, the third week has really shown me that it's not really for the experience. You're doing this for the Creator. You're doing this for God. You're doing this for Allah. And that's more than enough, because you exist because of the Creator. So why not take this time out to worship the Creator even more so, right? It brings gratitude. Can't lie, it brings a lot of gratitude in life, and it makes you realize everything. It makes you see that take things for granted, that's for sure. And we get too consumed with things. You know, we start doing things and we forget oftentimes that, hey, it's all going to end. It's all temporary. And we're going right back to the Creator. So if you're not making that time out for the Creator, number one, you're too consumed. And you're at the mercy of your mind. You're at the mercy of your ego. And we all know how fragile the ego is. And it's turbulent. You might be happy one day, you might be depressed the other, you might be angry one moment, you might be anxious the other. It's like, look, like you come back to the Creator, you coming back to peace. So, wallahi, I swear that was a beautiful thing to see that my main intention was coming into it with the, to experience more, and now it's like I'm no longer doing it for the experience, I'm just doing it for the Creator, because I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be doing what I'm doing. I'm literally grateful for every little thing. And that's amazing. Right? That's amazing because, well, y'all know why. The next thing that really stood out to me this week is in Spanish, we have this saying that says, Dios, Aprieta, pero no Ahoga, which roughly translates into, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. Meaning that, like, whatever I'm experiencing, whatever you are experiencing, like, that's what you are meant to experience. If you're experiencing trials and tribulations, you are meant to experience those trials and tribulations. And no matter how hard they might feel within that moment, it's not more than you can handle. And that's beautiful because, sometimes we might get overwhelmed, but just knowing that it gives you assurance. It makes you feel like, okay, what I'm going through, I can handle it. I'm literally given something that I know I can do. So, you know what? I'm going to have faith and trust in the Creator, knowing that what I'm being given is not more than I can handle. And if I'm overwhelmed, I take a step back and I get into it. And y'all see what I'm saying? If I'm all over the place right now, forgive me. My mind is, I don't feel the mental clarity right now. All right, we're in the 4th week. I don't feel the mental clarity, so forgive me for that. But the last thing that I want to say here, and this is, I'd say this is the biggest thing for me, is that the more that I'm doing this, the less I want to share. And I'm not just talking about here on YouTube, I'm talking about like in general with everyone. So it's kind of like that saying where it's like the more you know, the less you say, or the less you speak. And I'm getting to the point where it's like I kind of don't want to share things with people. I don't want to share my blessings. I don't want to share my trials. I don't see a reason for it. And I'm seeing that anytime that I share my blessings, I stop receiving those blessings. And any times that I share my trials, I just get more consumed in my trials. And it's not like me sharing my trials with someone is really helping, because the only person that can really help me is the Creator Himself. And me sharing my blessings with someone else, it kind of gets to the point where I start flexing. I literally start flexing my blessing. And if you're flexing a blessing, it's only a matter of time before it gets stripped away. And then sometimes like I'll share something where it's like, oh, this happened, and I'm trying to share the details, but it's almost like I'm looking for more of an answer than the answer that I've already received. And I'm not looking to receive the answer from the creator. I'm looking to receive that answer from a creation, from another person or another thing or something like that, instead of going back to the creator with gratitude and accepting more blessings. All right, so I just don't want to share anymore. I don't want to share my blessings. I don't want to share my trials. But I'm realizing that it's not a matter of like, okay, I'm not going to share anything, because obviously we're still human. We still share. But it's more so like, you know what? That blessing that I just got, that blessing that you just got, how does that make you feel? It makes you feel good, right? Share that feeling. Don't share the blessing, share that feeling. And that feeling can make someone else feel better. It raises their vibrational frequency, if you know what I mean. It puts them in a higher state of being, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. If they are in a higher state, they will act from a higher state. Therefore, they can maybe then receive blessings, or maybe they can then do good deeds and, pass on that, I guess you say that positive vibe, that positive energy onto another person. So that's pretty much it. I think that's the biggest thing that I did realize is don't share the blessing, share the way it makes you feel, share that emotion. And when you're having trials, don't share your trials unless you've already overcome the trial, because then you're sharing a solution that maybe might help someone else. And even then, like, you only share if the other person is like really wanting to know. I don't know this. Like, again, my mind's all over the place, guys. My bad. But that's the video. That's the video 3 weeks in. It has been beautiful still. A lot of realizations. Definitely more than I put down. That's for sure. I'm not really remembering everything. I write everything down, but listen, if I try to say everything that I'm writing down, these videos are going to be at least an hour long, and I'm not trying to do that to y'all. All right, but if you watch the video, much love. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings be upon you. If you're in Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak. And with that being said, y'all, remember that the time is now.